And now, from the authorities in sports nutrition, it's the EFX Sports Show. And here's your hosts, Dr. Jeff Golini and Brian Andrews.
Well, welcome to another episode of EFX Sports Show. My name is Dr. Jeff Golini. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Brian Andrews.
Yes, sir. I am here, man. Let's just get right to it. What are we going to talk about with our buddies today? What do our friends need to hear?
Oh, man. You know, this is one of my biggest, probably my only pet peeve, is I love seeing new people in the gym. I mean, I think, anytime somebody gets interested in, training, exercising, it's exciting. But you got to know the rules. And
oh, yeah. Hey, we were all new ones. So it's like, you're right. You got to be mindful of those folks coming in.
And, even I remember the first time I was ever in the gym. I mean, you look around and you try to follow, what is going on. I mean, if you walk into the gym and it says you must have a towel, well, you should bring a towel. But the first thing on my list is I'm just calling it clean up your toys, man. I hate when people take weights off and just leave them on the machine. I mean, there's signs all over the place that says, please re-rack your weights. I spend more time taking weights off a machine sometimes than I do putting it on the machine. There's a reason why. Number one, I don't want to have to waste my time in the gym putting your weights away. You'll see like a guy will leave a 100-pound weight on a leg press. Well, how is a female person training going to lift off 100 pounds or a younger, lighter weighting male? Again, just put your stuff away. And it doesn't matter whether it's in a class, where you might take out a mat. Just don't throw it on the floor for someone else to pick up. Just put your stuff away. Put your dumbbells back, re-rack your weights, put your mats, your balls, anything you take, put it away, please.
That's right. I'm there to work my legs, not my arms.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that you're strong, but come on, Jack. Put it back.
Exactly, man.
Or those guys that take out 6 pairs of dumbbells and they're doing incline press or whatever, and they just throw them all on the ground and walk away.
Yeah.
What? What are you thinking, dude?
No. Homie, don't play that. You remember Homie the Clown?
Oh, yes, I do remember Homie the Clown. That's something you have to look up on YouTube if you know who Homie the Clown is.
Yeah.
Well, how about these guys that they kind of act like they own the joint? It's similar to what you just said, but walk around and kind of get in your space or act like, they're like the big bully. And it's like, come on. Look, I'm here to just do one thing. I want to get in and get out. I don't need to mess with your drama.
Yeah, and you know why? You watch these people come into the gym and they walk normal, and as soon as they walk into the gym, all of a sudden their posture changes, their chest pops out, and the arms go off to the side, and they got an attitude, and it's like, come on, we're there to train, okay, if you don't want to be bugged, put a headset on, and don't get mad.
You're talking about the what do you call it, ILS, the imaginary lat syndrome?
Yeah, exactly. And I agree on that one. There's just too many people that have a bad attitude. We come to the gym to basically work off that frustration. So if you're frustrated, leave it for yourself. If someone says, hey, can you put that weight away? Don't cop an attitude looking for a fight or something. I mean, come on, And this one kind of goes what you said. Respect my personal space, Jack. Last night, I mean, all these things hit me yesterday. I'm laying on the incline bench. I'm there. I'm in the middle of my set, and some dude walks up in front of me. Now, there's only about maybe 2.5, 3 feet from the bench to the rack. That's personal space. He grabs some dumbbells and starts doing something right in front of me. I mean, his butt was probably an inch from my bench. All I could do was I had to stop lifting. I mean, I put the weights down, and when I came up, I ended up hitting him in the back, and then he gave me this dirty look, and all I could do was laugh. I'm like...
Well, and how about the guys and the girls? I mean, this is very similar. That just lay on the cologne or the perfume like they're going to a nightclub.
Oh no!
I mean,
No.
I respect you. You're trying to take care of yourself like that, but seriously.
Yeah. And if you're gonna go smoke weed, don't do it right before you come into the gym and ask me for a spot. I had a guy do that too, man. He asked me for a spot, and when he started breathing, I had to walk away. I'm like, oh, no, you did not.
Well, I guess the gym attracts all shapes and sizes, as they say.
And you know what?
We're on a roll, man. Tell me, okay, what's your next one?
I got to quit laughing here, man. Don't put people down. Don't be making fun of people. The gym is for everyone. It isn't your personal gym. Unless you own that gym, and if you treat people like that, you're not going to have any members. But don't be laughing at, people who are overweight or people who aren't quite sure what they're doing. How about go up and offer them, hey, I noticed you were doing this, and I might be out of place, but you could get hurt doing that. Can I show you maybe how to do it correctly? So again, work with people. Understand that sometimes when new people come into the gym, they don't quite know if you're supersetting. They don't know you're still using that machine. So when you leave that machine, especially when it's busy, it's kind of open. So again, be flexible. But the other thing that kind of goes with that is, don't just be flexing in the gym and flexing in front of people. That's kind of cool. I know when I was at Gold's Gym, we did a little bit of that, but they had a posing room that we could actually go into. Now, my gym doesn't allow you to take your shirt off inside the gym. They'll actually kick you out. It's okay to wear a tank top and stuff, but don't walk up, again, into someone's personal space and start hitting a tricep shot in front of me, because I'm probably going to say something.
Like, get out of the way?
Yeah, no, dude. Not now, man. You ain't got nothing to show. Don't try to impress me.
Yeah, it sounds like a self-esteem issue. I mean, hey, everybody likes to see their veins pop or whatever they're when they get a good pump going into the gym.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not a place to be posing like you're at a contest.
Exactly.
We've been going to the gym a long time, a lot of years, and it's funny what you see over that time.
Well, you start thinking of stories and stuff, or sites.
Well, do tell.
I'll let you go. I'm sure you've got one now.
Well, I just thought of something when you talk about like all the clothing and things people wear. There was this girl that used to go to this one gym, and you remember the old days when they would wear like that single top. So I'm talking about a girl, almost like an aerobics, the old style aerobics from the 70s and 80s. Right. And it kind of had that thong thing going on in the back. Well, she would wear tights. The problem is they were flesh-colored tights. And every guy and their brother was obviously staring, and she got a lot of complaints. Finally, the manager had to say, look, you cannot dress that way and come here. It's way too distracting. We're getting complaints. But you just kind of think at the onset, what was she even thinking? I mean, come on.
And it's more women than men. Most men, you don't see them wearing tight shorts. This past summer, especially, with now all these leggings and all these tight things women are wearing, there was a gal, she had on some too tight leggings, and they were partially see-through. And I heard her talking to another girl going, I just hate how these guys look at us. I'm kind of modest. And it was all I could do to say, well, then how about dressing more modestly? I mean, again, we're here to work out, not be distracted. And if you don't want guys looking at you, well, don't dress like that.
Yeah, it's like you want to say, please. Like, you didn't see yourself in the mirror before you came in here and knew that everybody was going to be staring at you.
Well, it's kind of funny because you'll see the guys, as they walk by the mirror, they're checking out their chest or they'll do a little try. The gals are looking behind at their butts, and it's like, you're there to exercise. Now's not the time. This isn't the red carpet. Dress modestly when you come to the gym, whether you're a man or woman, because again, we don't want to be distracted. And if it bothers you, then don't dress that way.
Well, and obviously we're on a roll here with this list. So let's go ahead and go to break. And when we get back, let's pick up on another one of Dr. J's pet peeves in the gym, and I'll throw a couple your way that I can think of off the top of my head, too.
Sounds good.
EFX! If you want to power your workouts and stay in shape like the pros do, then choose EFX Sports Supplements. Manufactured in Billings at All American Pharmaceutical, EFX Sports will keep you in tip-top shape with products such as NF Pro Whey Protein, Carbolin, Crealkaline, Freak Maker, and many more. Head into Bonanza Health Foods, Lucky's Market, Granite Fitness, or Yellowstone Fitness and try them all today. If your favorite store or gym doesn't carry EFX yet, tell them to check into it. Go to AAEFX.com to find out more.
We all have those times in our life when we need a little extra push. Sometimes our best intentions are just not enough, whether it's in your business, your family life, personal relationships, or your health. This commercial is focused on your health. Our bodies deserve the best. Sometimes we fall short, and that's okay. We're all human. But if you have a goal to lose weight, build muscle, or just simply feel better, there's a local answer. It's EFX Sports. EFX Sports supplements are some of the highest rated, 100% drug-free supplements available today, and they're manufactured right here in Montana. EFX Sports is known all over the world for its signature products, like Creacolin, and their all-natural healthy carb mix, Carbolin. You can find all EFX Sports products online at aaefx.com or find them right here in Billings at local stores like Lucky's and Bonanza Health Foods. If you work out at Granite or Yellowstone Fitness, ask for EFX Sports supplements before and after your workout. And if your favorite supermarket doesn't carry EFX Sports yet, ask them today to look into it. For real, drug-free muscle this new year, remember EFX Sports.
Well, welcome back to EFX Sports Show. My name is Dr. Jeff Golini. I'm here with Brian Andrews, and we're talking about gym etiquette. And, you know, this just doesn't apply to the gym, although that's what we're calling it. This could be the locker room. It could be any place where you share public things with people. But we're specifically talking about the gym. So here's another one. You know, if you're not sure how to use a piece of equipment, ask somebody, because you might get hurt. I saw a person the other day using a piece of equipment that I don't even know how they figured to even do that kind of exercise in that equipment. And what ends up happening is they ruin the equipment because it's not designed for that. So again, it's always a good idea to keep from being injured is if you're not sure how to use something, find someone in the gym that looks like they know what they're doing, or you can always go to the front desk, or you can find one of the personal trainers in there and say, hey, you know what, can you show me how to use this? People come up to me all the time, and I have no problem with taking a couple-second break and showing them how to use that piece of equipment.
Absolutely. And like we said, we were all new at one time or another at this game. Like you said, it's not that hard to help somebody out. I mean, like you said, this stuff can be actually very dangerous, especially as you start getting stronger and you're using more and more weight. The last thing you want to see somebody do is literally, I mean, I've seen people almost get their necks crushed on a bench press, I mean,
oh, yeah.
All jokes aside, there's some scary stuff that I've witnessed. I'll tell a story here in a minute. But if you ever want a good kind of a tease or a little laugh, got a little time to kill, go on YouTube and look up gym fails.
Oh, yeah.
This is where people are taking out their phones and filming other people doing the most crazy, insane things, and I even almost wonder, are these set up? Because some of them just seem so absurd. But if you ever want a good laugh, gym fails, and there'll be thousands of these videos on there.
And I'll tell you, the ones that sticks in my brain forever is Gold's Gym. There was two guys that used to come in there, weren't very built, but the one guy would get on the bench press, and he'd put about 500 pounds on there. The other guy would get up on top. There was a little platform to spot. He would have on lifting straps. The guy on the bottom would bring in about almost a foot worth of foam that he would pile up on his chest. The guy on the top would strap in to the bar like he was deadlifting, and they would go at it. And I couldn't figure out whether the guy on the top was doing deadlifts and the guy on the bottom was spotting him, or vice versa. It was the most ridiculous thing, this bouncing off this guy's chest with all this foam. On the top, I mean, the guy just yanking and shoving, and that's part of it. Not only are you going to probably break the bench or bend the bar, but you're going to get hurt sooner or later.
Oh, yeah. And again, that's absurd. The guy on the bottom could probably bench maybe, I don't know, 2/3 of that at his absolute best. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not even doing any work other than it's feeding his ego.
Yep.
I couldn't even imagine what that was all about.
It was funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, and, talking about dangers, back in the day, I remember these guys had set up, they were college kids, and they had set up a behind the neck press. And this is one of the older style neck presses where the uprights that hold the actual bar were maybe just past shoulder width. They weren't those nice wide kind where your hands go inside the bar and you can just load the thing. So in other words, you had to balance each side out or it would fall. And they had, I think it was like 185, which is a 45-pound plate, and then 25s on each side. Well, the guy wasn't dressed properly, number one, to work out. He had little loafers on his shoes, for shoes. Mm-hmm. And you see this pretty young thing walk by, and the guy turned his head to take the plates off and just yanked them. Well, obviously, you can imagine gravity won that one. Flips it up, and it goes right down on this poor guy's foot. I mean, the whole gym went silent, dead silent for about 3 seconds, and then he just started screaming at the top of his lungs. I think it literally did crush his foot. Again, all jokes aside, that was a scary moment. I mean, they had to take the guy out and rush him to the hospital. But it's just such a stupid thing. I mean, come on.
And here's another new one that's been added to my list. I'm all for circuit training, but guess where it belongs? In the class. Don't come out in the gym and bring 6 towels and put towels on all the machines and I don't see you for 20 minutes on that machine, and if I get on there, you come back and tell me you're using it. No.
Yeah.
I saw one guy.
Again, this isn't your private gym, huh?
I saw one guy put his towel on the machine, and I watched him go out, and he ran a lap around the parking lot and came back in and thought that he was still using that machine. And it's
And I
like,
guess you were on it?
yeah, and I wasn't very nice then because it's like, sorry, man, I'm going to do my set. If you want to work in. No, I don't want to work in. I had it first. Well, then you're going to wait.
Well, you know, that kind of reminds me, you said all the towels on there. I'd much rather see that. And then going back to when you said your gym doesn't allow guys to train without a shirt or whatever. How about these people that did do that? They don't put any towels and lay on that bench and do 3-4 sets. Ugh,
Oh, man.
You're talking about Germ City, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't be sweating all over a piece of equipment and not wipe it up. Oh, yeah. These are... No kidding, man. Germ City. And, you know, my gym has little towelettes, those little, whatever you call them, sanitizing wipes.
Sure.
And I find it more important to wipe down before I use a piece of machinery than after.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you know, especially when you see somebody sweating. And again, you know, I mean, that's what the gym is for, sweat away. But don't just leave puddles on top of that without wiping it up. You know, I mean, I always, if I ever made a mess, you know, sweated or, you know, spilled my water, you know, you go wipe it up, you know.
Well, do you have any others on your list to round this thing out?
I do. You know what? This is another one. Don't pretend to be a personal trainer if you don't know what you're talking about. Too many people will come in and literally, this used to be the joke back in California when the personal training days first started, is a guy who never worked out would hire a personal trainer like me or somebody. They would get trained for 4 weeks, and then they were now a personal trainer. It was kind of like it was a 4-week training program. I see too many people come in with folks, you know, they've never been in the gym. Now they're going to tell their girlfriend or their sister how to work out, and it's just sickening because they don't know what they're doing. And again, it's about that person not achieving their goals and probably going to get hurt because they have them do some stupid stuff that, again, it just doesn't fit. So, you know, if you're not a qualified personal trainer, you shouldn't be training anyone. Nothing wrong with giving someone some advice that, you know, this is what I do, but don't be in the gym training them. Most gyms don't allow it, you know. I mean, if you're not certified and you don't, you know, you're not working at the gym, but you do see people that come in, especially with their girlfriend or something, and it's funny.
Yeah, well, it comes back to ego and that sort of thing, and then it can be intimidating. And you know, that reminded me of another story. I had a good buddy way back when I was really into it. I'd really got my body weight and size up, and this guy stopped me. He's like, "Man, you think I could ever go to the gym with you?" I'm like, "You just name the time of the day. We'll pick an afternoon and we'll go." He's like, "Yeah, but I don't think I can." I was like, "Well, wait a minute. Why? I'll be more than happy to help you." He goes, "Yeah, but I think I'm too small." Oh. So I said, well, hold on a second. Isn't that the whole reason why we would go? I mean, I wasn't always my size. I mean, you got to start somewhere. Let's just get rolling. So he's like, "Yeah, let me think about it." And that just goes to show, it's like, do you not understand what that place is for?
I think sometimes they don't. You know, another thing I just thought of, a friend of mine teaches the spin classes, and one of their pet peeves is, you know, a lot of times they'll open up the door to those spin classes an hour before the class, and those people are the worst. They will all be running in, putting their towels on the bikes. They got to have that bike. Okay, I guess that's acceptable in that world. But she said, you know, what really bothers me is the person that comes and gets in the front of the class and then really doesn't participate. They're going to kind of do their own thing because they've got their own workout. People from the back are kind of, you know, needing the people in the front motivation. Usually you go to the back if you can't quite keep up with the class. So they recommend don't take the bikes in the front of the class if you aren't going to participate fully, or you aren't up to that class level. Make sure that you look at what level that is so that, you know, you're not just sitting there talking on your phone or doing something during class because, you know, that's some serious stuff goes on in there.
To close out the show, it really comes down to this. Number one, do unto others as you have them do unto you.
Oh, nice.
And really, when it comes down to it, you know what? Just don't be that guy or just don't be that girl. I mean, that enough said, right?
I think that really sums it up.
Well, hey, you know what would really be fun, too, is to hear what, you know, some of the pet peeves of our audience. I mean, I'm sure some of these really hit home, and they've probably got a list twice the size of ours. You know, what would be a good way for them to get in touch with us to kind of share some of theirs? Maybe we can, you know, come on a different show and talk about it.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you can go to Facebook. We are going to have a ESPN Sports Facebook page here soon, but you can go to Dr. Jeff Golini's Facebook, or you can go to allamericanpharmaceutical.com and look for Ask the Scientist. And you send us in your comment. Maybe we'll just have a whole Q&A day where we just read your messages on what you have found.
Yeah,
or maybe you've had something
fun
done to you and, you want to share. You're on the other side. You're new and, something happened to you. Again, it's all about education and having fun, man. I like to go to the gym and enjoy it.
Well, and that's one thing is we definitely like to have some fun. So with all that said, let's go ahead and call it a show, and we'll be talking to our friends out on the airwaves next time. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Underground in the EFX studio, you've been listening to the EFX Sports Show. Find all the EFX Sports supplements and products by logging on to aaefx.com.